Welcome my dear students. In the first part of the video, we went through two types of chemical reactions. Now today, we will deal with the next two type of chemical reactions. Let's learn about displacement reactions. In displacement reactions, the reactant ions gets dissociated. Let's take the first reaction to understand displacement reaction. Copper sulfate in aqueous form. Copper sulfate crystals in water is aqueous form. Copper sulfate CuSO4 plus Fe, ion filings, ion peas. If you make them react with each other, what will be the products that you get? Now in this reaction, there's a competition between these two ions. In aqueous solution, how will they behave? In aqueous solution, CuSO4 will get dissociated into Cu plus ions. I am not talking about the number of positive charge, and SO4 minus ion. Here we know that Cu plus 2 and SO4 minus 2. Okay. So in aqueous form, the ions get dissociated. The ions are separated out. Now in this solution, if you add iron, so iron in water, again it will be in the form of ions, IONS, ions. Iron metal will be in the form of ions, IONS. Now when they are in the form of ions, according to the reactivity series, iron is more reactive than copper. So there is a competition between iron and copper. Copper's place will be displaced by iron. Iron will take copper's place and we get the product as FeSO4 plus copper. So now we get FeSO4 in aqueous form and copper. Understood? So this reaction where in which the ion of a less reactive element in a compound. Here you have a compound and here you have an element. Now, which is the element which is less reactive in this compound? Copper. The reaction in which the place of a less reactive element in a compound, that element is copper, is taken by, copper's place is taken by more reactive element iron. Iron is more reactive than copper by formation of its own ions. Now here iron got converted into ionic form. Such type of reaction where a highly reactive metal takes the place of a low reactive metal by the formation of its own ions is called as displacement reaction. Now to understand displacement reaction, you should know the reactivity series of elements. Let us learn the reactivity series of elements, means which element is more reactive, which element is less reactive. You have to remember that reactivity series. So let us discuss the reactivity series of elements. Remember it as Kanaka. Then name of a boy, Mazaf. Okay, Mazaf. Mazaf. Kanaka, Mazaf. Now what is this M? M is for magnesium, A is for aluminium, Z and zinc and iron, Fe. Then we'll go little Bollywood, Priyanka Chopra. P for lead and C for copper. Then the next set of elements easy to remember. It is Hg, Ag, Au, mercury, silver, gold, platinum, Pt. So what is the activity series or reactivity series? Who is most reactive? Potassium. Least reactive? Platinum. Okay, so how will you remember? Kanaka, Mazaf, name of a boy, then Priyanka Chopra, Hg, Ag, Au, Pt. Now in this series, if you see the previous example which we discussed, there was a competition between copper and iron. As you can see, iron comes before copper. So iron is more reactive than copper. Let us take another example. Let us suppose CuSO4 plus lead, Pb. CuSO4 plus lead. So here we have a competition between copper and lead. Just see the reactivity series. Copper is here, lead is above him. So copper's job will again be taken by lead. Lead will displace more reactive ion. Lead is more reactive element, so it will displace the ion. And then we get the product as PbSO4 plus Cu. This type of reaction is called as displacement reaction. This is in aqueous form and lead in solid form. Lead sulfate in aqueous form, copper in solid form. It is already balanced. Which is the next, one more example, I'll share it with you. Now we have again lead plus copper chloride, CuCl2. Lead plus copper chloride gives, just now we discussed, lead is more reactive than copper. So lead will take copper's place and we get PbCl2, lead chloride plus copper. Understood? Displacement reaction. Now learn the definition of displacement reaction with me. The reaction in which the place, displacement place, remember the word place. The reaction in which the place of the ion of a less reactive element in a compound is taken by another more reactive element by formation of its own ions. In solid form, this will not take place. In aqueous form, they form their own ions. In aqueous form, they form their own ions and this displacement reaction takes place. So write the definition at least 2 times and learn it by heart with these 3 examples. And don't forget the reactivity series. Okay, Kanaka, Mazaf, PC, HgAgAu, PT. After displacement reaction, the last type of reaction, main type of reaction is double displacement reaction. In double displacement reaction, we have 2 compounds reacting with each other. In displacement reaction, we had 1 compound and an element. Here we have 2 compounds. Let us start with example. I'll start with an easy example first. Let us take the reaction between silver nitrate, AgNO3 plus sodium chloride, NaCl. Here Ag plus, the charge will be plus in aqueous form both, NO3 minus, Na plus Cl minus. Now what happens in this reaction is, the ions of the reactants will exchange with each other. We know that positive and negative make the positive ions and negative ions combine to form a compound, right? So here Ag plus will go and combine with Cl minus. So what we get is AgCl plus NaNO3. NaNO3, aqueous form. But this AgCl is thick insoluble mixture that we get. AgCl will be a thick insoluble component which will be a white precipitate. A white precipitate will be formed in this reaction where the ions of the reactants are exchanged, which leads to formation of a precipitate. This type of reaction is called as double displacement reaction. So I want you to learn the definition. This is very easy to remember. What is the definition? The reaction in which the ions of the reactants are exchanged. Ag plus, and here what will be the charges of the ions? Ag plus and NO3 will be minus. Na plus and Cl minus. So in aqueous form, the ions get dissociated and Ag goes and attaches with Cl. Na and NO3 becomes friends. So we have the product as AgCl will be in precipitate form and NaNO3 in aqueous form. Such type of reactions, that is this double displacement reactions, are also called as precipitation reaction, because this reaction results in the formation of a precipitate. So remember to include the word precipitate in your definition. So here we go. Please repeat the definition with me. The reaction in which the ions of the reactants are exchanged. Said, the reaction in which the ions of the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate are called as double displacement reactions. To form a precipitate are called as double displacement reactions. Let us consider sodium sulfate and barium chloride, BaCl2. Gives, in your mind now you can frame the reaction. Na plus, here which one is negative ion? Cl. So you get NaCl plus BaSO4, barium sulfate. Barium sulfate will be in thick insoluble form, that is precipitate form. Again the color of this precipitate is white. And NaCl in aqueous form. Okay, here both are in aqueous form. Both are in aqueous form. Please mention. Aqueous form, aqueous form. So what will happen when sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride? You can expect a question like that. Or they will give you this reaction and ask you to write down the name of the reaction. So we have two compounds here, and on the product side you can see that the ions have exchanged, and also you can see the formation of a precipitate. So this is an example again of double displacement reaction. Let us see whether the reaction is balanced. Start with metal. Na, 2 atoms are here, whereas here you have only 1. So we'll put a 2 this side. So Na2, Na2. Then we'll go barium, Ba1 atom, Ba1 atom, balanced. Then we'll go for sulfur 1, sulfur 1. Chlorine 2, here chlorine 2, balanced. And last comes oxygen 4, oxygen 4. So this is a balanced equation. Let's talk about the next double displacement reaction, wherein let us talk the reaction between lead nitrate and potassium iodide. Lead means Pb, lead nitrate means NO3 twice. Lead nitrate and potassium iodide, potassium K iodide, potassium iodide. Pb plus, so Pb will go and attach with I, which is negative. You get the product as lead iodide, PbI2, which will be in the precipitate form. The color of the precipitate is yellow, yellow precipitate, and KNO3, potassium nitrite, KNO3. Okay. So now let us see whether the equation is balanced. Start with the lead, Pb1 atom, Pb1 atom, balanced. Potassium 1 atom, potassium 1 atom, balanced. Then let us talk about nitrogen 2. Here nitrogen is only 1, so let's put a 2 here. Now let us talk about iodine. I here 1 and here you have 2, so we have to put a 2 here. Now potassium 2, potassium 2. Let's talk about oxygen. 3 2s are 6 on the reactant side. See the oxygen, 2 3s are 6 on the product side. Okay, so this is a balanced equation. What happens when lead nitrate reacts with potassium iodide? A double displacement reaction takes place, wherein you get a yellow precipitate and potassium nitrate. This in aqueous form. So we have discussed 3 examples. Now we'll go on to the last example of double displacement reaction. Now I want you to go through the last type of, the last example of double displacement reaction. Reaction between potassium chromate, K2CrO4. Now, with more practice and with more exposure to name of the compounds, its molecular formula, you will be able to recollect the names. The more you write the formula, the more you will be friendly with these molecular formulas. Okay, so first time you may feel, oh, how to remember. You have to practice the chemical reactions to remember the name and the molecular formula of these compounds. When potassium chromate reacts with barium sulfate, potassium chromate reacts with barium sulfate, again you get a precipitate, and that precipitate is barium chromate, BaCrO4, plus K2SO4, potassium sulfate. When potassium chromate reacts with barium sulfate, potassium goes and attaches to sulfate, so you get K2SO4 and then you have BaCrO4. So product is easy to remember. K2SO4, BaCrO4. What is BaCrO4? Barium chromate. This will be in precipitate form and potassium sulfate in aqueous form. Because of the barium chromate, again you get a yellow colored precipitate. Yellow colored precipitate. So this is the fourth example of double displacement reaction. Hope you understood all four types of reactions. Now let us solve the exercise question given in your textbook. Go through this, match the column in the following table. Now here you have two compounds. Two compounds, when they react with each other, just now we did know two compounds, they exchange their ions to form a precipitate. So what will be the reaction here? BaCl2, ZnSO4, BaSO4 and ZnCl2, BaSO4 in precipitate form. If you see the sign of a precipitate, this is a precipitation reaction, also called as double displacement reaction. Go to the next example, AgCl, only one reactant. One reactant decomposes into two or more products, that is this one. Decomposes, AgCl decomposes into Ag and Cl2. This is a decomposition reaction. So simple. Then we have CuSO4 plus Fe. This is example of displacement reaction. How to differentiate between displacement and double displacement? Here you have both compounds, whereas in displacement you have a compound and an element. More reactive element will displace less reactive element by formation of its own ions. Okay, so CuSO4 plus Fe gives FeSO4 plus Cu, and this is displacement reaction. Then we have H2O plus CO2. Two reactants combine to form a single product. Carbonic acid. This is carbonic acid. Single product means it is a combination reaction. So like this we have completed all four main types of reactions. So we have completed all four main types of reaction. Hope you understood all the chemical reactions. Practice it more. Write in your book. Till we meet for the next time. Bye bye students.